Ohio versus David Wilkins, case number 25CR384. The defendant is in court represented by counsel Chuck Langmack. We are here today for purposes of a change of plea. It is my understanding the defendant is going to withdraw his formerly entered plea of not guilty and plead guilty to the state's offer. Count 1, failure to stop after an accident, a misdemeanor of the first degree. Count 3, failure to comply with an order or signal of a police officer, a felony of the third degree. And count 6, operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, a drug of abuse, or a combination of them, a misdemeanor of the first degree. In regards to sentencing, there is a joint agreement for 24 months.
All right, Mr. Langmack.
That's exactly, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Filkins, how old are you?
I'll be 67 next month, Your Honor.
How far did you go through school?
I got my GED.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am, yes, sir.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
I do.
Prior to coming to court, have you taken any drugs or alcohol or any prescription medication in the last 48 hours?
No, Your Honor.
Have you been diagnosed with or treated for any mental illness?
No, Your Honor.
Did you get a copy of this indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And those charges that Ms. Alessi recited, those are, you're pleading guilty to those?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
All right, now before I accept your guilty plea, I need to determine that you know and understand the constitutional rights you'll be waiving, the consequences of your guilty plea, and the maximum penalty I could give you. And I need to be satisfied that your guilty plea is being made freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you don't understand the question, or you want some more time to talk to Mr. Langmack, let me know and I'll give you more time. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a constitutional right to have a trial, either to me or to a jury of 12 Lake County citizens. You understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you go to a jury trial, all 12 members must agree to a guilty verdict before you can be found guilty. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, the prosecutor will call witnesses to testify against you. Do you understand the prosecutor must prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
After the witnesses are done testifying for the prosecutor, you have the constitutional right to have your lawyer cross-examine the witnesses. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you go to trial, you have the right to have witnesses come here and testify for you. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If those witnesses refuse to come to court, I'll issue an order called a subpoena to make them testify. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to testify at trial if you want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the constitutional right to not testify at trial if you do not want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you decide not to testify at trial, nobody is permitted to comment on that decision. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial and you're found guilty, you have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you have the constitutional right to have a lawyer represent you in the appeal. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
If you could not afford to hire a lawyer, one will be provided at no cost to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you file an appeal, you're entitled to have a transcript of all the hearings in this case. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you could not afford a copy of those transcripts, they'd be given to you at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
If you plead guilty today, you do not have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that?
I understand that, yes.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
No, Your Honor, I understand them all.
Do you still want to plead guilty to these charges?
I am guilty, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty, you're fully admitting your guilt to the charges.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
You understand by pleading guilty to these, this felony that you're voluntarily giving up your freedom for whatever period of time that I sentence you to prison.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, count 1, failure to stop after an accident is a misdemeanor 1. It carries a maximum jail sentence of 180 days and a maximum fine of $1,000. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Count 3, failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer is a felony of the third degree. It carries an 18-month or a 36-month maximum prison sentence and a $10,000 maximum fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Count 6, OBI, is a misdemeanor 1. It carries a maximum jail term of 180 days and a maximum fine of $1,075. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
In that charge, there's also a minimum jail sentence of 3 days, and the minimum fine is $375, and it's mandatory. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right. On Count one, there's a potential license suspension of between 6 months and 3 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your
Is
Honor.
that mandatory or discretionary, you know?
I believe that is mandatory.
Okay, so a license suspension of at least 6 months up to 3 years. On count three, there's a mandatory license suspension between 1 year and 3 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And on count three, the failure to comply, there's a mandatory license suspension of at least 3 years up to your lifetime. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Now, in addition, any prison sentence on count three, the failure to comply, it's mandatory that it be consecutive to your current sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Any question about any of the penalties?
No, Your Honor.
All right, do you understand that upon your release from prison, you'll be placed on post-release control for at least, is it 18 months to 3?
I think it's 1 year.
It's,
1 year to 3?
it depends if this
Up
court
one
determines it's an
mandatory.
offense of violence.
So 1 year to 3?
It's up to 2 years or a mandatory minimum one,
All
up
right,
to
so
3.
you'll be placed on post-release control for at least 1 year up to 3 years under the parole authority. Understand that?
I do, yes.
And they will place conditions on you. If you violate the conditions, the parole authority could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
If the violation is a new felony, then you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation. Do you understand that?
I do, yes.
And if that were to occur, the maximum prison sentence for that violation would be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that at some point in this process that you would be eligible for judicial release?
Yes.
All right, now, has anybody promised you that I would be lenient on you just because you're pleading guilty today?
No promises have been made, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you what I will sentence you to in this case?
No.
Do you understand I don't have to follow the recommendation of either the prosecutor or your lawyer at the time of sentencing?
I understand that, Your Honor.
Have you had enough time to talk with Mr. Langmack before pleading guilty today?
I have had time to talk to him, yes.
Has he discussed everything about your case and answered all of your questions?
Yes, Your Honor, he has.
Are you satisfied with the advice he has given you?
I am satisfied, Your Honor.
Have you been threatened or coerced in any way to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor, I am guilty. I just want to accept it and get on with my life.
All right, are you freely, knowingly, voluntarily, and freely entering your guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
All right. Hang on, not yet. You gotta listen instead of looking. All right, then, what is your plea to count one, failure to stop after an accident, a misdemeanor 1?
I'm guilty, Your Honor.
What is your plea to count 2, failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer, a felony 3?
I'm guilty, Your Honor.
And what is your plea to count 6, OVI, a misdemeanor 1?
I am guilty.
Record to reflect, prior to your entry in the courtroom, I did have an opportunity to go over this document with Mr. Filkins, and he does have full knowledge and understanding of its contents.
Six five.
Yes.
I've witnessed the defendant and his attorney sign their plea of guilty in open court, and I've signed it as well. May I approach?
All right, Mr. Filkins, is this your signature on the written plea of guilty?
It is, Your Honor.
And did you sign it voluntarily?
I signed it voluntarily, yes, Your Honor.
Do you want me to accept your written plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept the written plea of guilty. Defendant was present when Mr. Langmack advised of all of his rights. Made a knowing, intelligent, voluntary waiver. He understands the nature of the charge, the consequence of his guilty plea, and the maximum penalty. Find it to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I will accept the plea of guilty and find him guilty of failure to stop after an accident, count 1, a misdemeanor 1, count 2, failure to comply, a felony 3, count 6, OVI, a misdemeanor 1. I'm going to refer this case for victim impact statements. The sentencing will be June 11 at 9 a.m. Anything else, Ms. Alessi?
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly, I neglected to say this when I captioned the case. I just wanted to be clear for the record into the court. Count 1, I didn't say amended count 1 because the victims' names were not listed in the indictment, but count 1 is to include the victim of both the count 1 and count 2 as well. So there'd just be 2 victims there that are providing victim impact statements.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Langmack?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, we're adjourned.
All right.
What does, victim
They can write a statement.
Okay. All right, so follow the deputy. See you.
Hey, gentlemen, you've written that